So, friends, welcome all. Today is day six of Soul Food Retreat. And today, being a full moon, we have with us a wonderful Ladan, a very dear friend, a mother, spiritual
So,
mother to
friends,
me.
welcome all. Today is day six of Soul Food.
Yeah. So, I would like to share a bit about Ladan. And Ladan has always been drawn to um, Yeah, drawn to the mysteries of life, the universe, the mind, the soul, and the presence of higher intelligence behind creation. Around 30 years ago, a shift took place in Ladan's life, enabling her to pursue her interests and passions in these areas by becoming a member of many spiritual schools and associations. Throughout her life experience, she became aware that there is only I'm so sorry. Yeah. Throughout her life experience, she became aware that there is only one truth, the truth being we co create the reality we live in. Ladan earned recognition as an international respected teacher of metaphysics, counselor, life coach, wellness practitioner, metaphysical minister, healer, and speaker. Ladan is offering self paced courses in transcendence, transpersonal, and metaphysics. And today, with us, Ladan will be sharing us on a circle of love, which is very very important topic to be shared, friends. And let us all be open and let us receive this love and energy from Ladan. And being the full moon, just enjoy these beautiful energies, friends. Ladan, with this I welcome you.
Welcome, Ladan.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank
Mm.
you for giving me this opportunity to be here with you, all of you, beautiful souls. I'm very, very grateful. Um, a very warm welcome to tonight's session of Circle of Love, dear brothers and sisters. Um, for those of you who don't know me, I am Ladan Universall, and I am personally very excited that you are able to join us. Experiencing different strands of life in journey to self-discovery. This is our talk. This is in honor of the celebration of Ram and Madhu's wedding anniversary. I was inspired to write tonight's talk, The Circle of Love, from my friends, beautiful friends, Ram and Madhu, who the whole time that I've known them have demonstrated the endless love for themselves, for each other, and for every life form, the respect that they have for every life form. So I'm delighted to dedicate this session to you both, dear Madhu and Ram.
Thank you,
Thanks a lot,
Ladan.
Ladan.
I
Thanks a
want to
lot.
start off by sharing a lovely parable from Your Sacred Self by Dr. Wayne Dyer. In a mother's womb were two babies. One asked the other, "Do you believe in life after delivery?" The other replied, "Why, of course. There has to be something after delivery. Maybe we are here to prepare ourselves for what will be later." "Nonsense," said the first one. "There is no life after delivery. What kind of life would that be?" The second one said, "I don't know, but there will be more light than here. Maybe we will walk with our legs and eat from our mouths. Maybe we will have other senses that we can't understand now." The first one replied, "That is absurd. Walking is impossible, and eating with our mouths? Ridiculous. The umbilical cord supplies nutrition and everything we need. But the umbilical cord is so short. Life after delivery is to be logically excluded." The second one insisted, "Well, I think there's something, and maybe it's different than it is here. Maybe we won't need this physical cord anymore." The first one replied, "Nonsense. And moreover, if there is life, then why has no one has ever come back from there? Delivery is the end of life, and in the after delivery, there's nothing but darkness and silence and oblivion. It takes us nowhere." "Well, I don't know," said the second one, "but certainly we will meet Mother, and she will take care of us." The first replied, "Mother? You actually believe in Mother? That's laughable. If Mother exists, then where is she now? The second one said, she is all around us. We are surrounded by her. We are of her. It is in her that we live. Without her, this world would not exist, could not exist. The first one said, well, I don't see her, so it's only logical that she doesn't exist. To which the second one replied, sometimes when you're in silence and you focus and you really listen, you can perceive her presence, and you can hear her loving voice calling down from above. So really this parable sets the basis for the circle of love. When we compare this situation with our life, it's only when we go silent, when we go within, that we get to listen the voice of the absoluteness. From the very moment of our existence, where there is only pure consciousness, where only our soul, our monad, and our creator is aware of our existence, we begin existing within and as a circle. I call this circle of love, because from the very first moment of spirit being divine creator, our mother, father, God, that embody us, we begin to encounter souls as pure energy of love. This is compared to the first day of creation, when pure consciousness expands itself as rays of love, as frequencies of pure love. Our existence becomes manifest as a first circle on the first day, and this first circle multiplies into 2 on the second day, and so on. So we start off as a circle of love. This circle of love continues within us right through birth until death in this lifetime, and as well as life after life. The circle of love is the absolute force of love that gives us the strength to take our first breath in the physical world. It carries the essence of all elements, the water, the air, the earth, the fire, and ether. These elements set the basis of our physical body, our emotional body, our intellectual body, and our spiritual body. From that point onwards, the circle of love as God force is manifested as these principles. We become connected to all of these realms, the emotional realm, the physical realm, the spiritual realm, and of course the mental realm. As we go through life, we experience life that is set out from our soul. So life is what our soul wants to experience. And it wants to experience all of these 4 concepts, these physical, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual elements or realities. The journey of our soul is symbolized as a circle. It is the circle that we ascend upon. This is because the soul sets out what it wants to experience when it embodies matter. Our life path shows us experiences that have been set within the circle of our soul journey. Through meeting different people, through having different jobs, through having different roles, responsibilities, and opportunities. This is how the soul experiences life. So if we envisage our soul as the circle, we also envisage our life path as the inner circle within the circle of our soul path. Then all of these opportunities, all of these experiences, every single person that enters our lifetime brings a strand as a spiral within the inner circle that takes us back to the very first circle that we were created. So everything within our life experiences enables us to return home to that very first circle of love. This is how soul experiences life. Now I would like to explore with you different principles of life that our soul path sets out for us. When we talk about life, we generally dismiss it as simply living. However, there is much deeper concept to the word as life. Each letter within the word of life carries a deep principle, a deep philosophy. Each letter within the word of life tells us where we are within our soul path. The letter L, concept, represents three primary strands. Learning. Learning is nobler than teaching. Only a student of the world becomes a master of the universe. Learning that every event in life brings an experience, and with each experience there is a set of tools that we can use to strive towards self-discovery. The initial intention of our soul within this life is to learn that everything and everything is an expression of divine. It is an aspect of the greater all, and that all serves a purpose. Learning that all carry the same force energy that rules the universe, the inhabitants and its features. The next concept is living. Living as a whole person, as matter, yet in its highest form of beingness, as the human. The hue in human means holy, whole. This holiness, divineness in the body of man. This is a journey that takes us to the point of accepting, of allowing, of acknowledging and living as God's self, as the I am. During our initial step within life journey, we experience disconnection, lack, and discernment, so that we can fully understand the connection, abundance, and equilibrium. We experience duality, so we understand every facet of beingness. so we can distinguish what is temporary and what is lasting. In the book of Fifth Mountain, written by Paulo Coelho, one of the characters as Elijah, who is yet to become a prophet, asks the angel what is temporary. The angel says the unavoidable. Elijah says what is permanent. The angel says the lessons of the unavoidable. This is referring to our experiences and learning and understanding what these experiences are bringing us. This is what is lasting. The third strand to the principle of L within life represents love. I'm sure you've already guessed that. Experiencing true love. The sense of gratitude, appreciation, and compassion for all things, all life forms, and for self. Understanding that love at its truest form has to be comprehended. This is a conscious way of living. Understanding that love doesn't need to be earned, but it is an innate ability. Understanding that love is to be shared, not held. Understanding that true love is permanent and conditioned love is temporary. Now, I want us to move into the I concept of the word life. The I concept in life also represents three primary strands. That's information. Information is to experience the mental facet of Godness, connecting to the universal intelligence. One must be the channel for information. We are exposed to information during our schooling, our teachers, the adults around us, our friends, the social media, books, constantly feed us with information. However, this is only one side of the scale. For this concept to be in full balance, we must be in tune with information. This means taking on the information that only resonate with the inner truth. In this manner, information becomes knowledge. And once we experience firsthand this knowledge, that becomes wisdom. That becomes our inner truth. It is this information, our own truth, that we must share with others to assist in the remembrance, in the returning back to home, that circle of love. We then move on into interaction. As the human race, we often rely only on interaction through the use of words. But when we look at how the animal race, such as our pets, interact with us, we see that words are a limited way of expression. The expression of emotion is what really helps us to reconnect with that inner circle, the circle of love that resides within us. When we receive a hug, a heart-to-heart hug from a family member, a friend, or our wonderful pet, it activates the love energy from within us. For those few seconds, we return home, back to our God self, back to our original self, the essence of divine. This concept teaches us the unity of living with all life. Our senses begin to respond to this way of interaction and open up our channels to other realms and other timelines. Through this way of interaction, we channel information through our inner senses. And once again, that information, that way of interaction becomes our inner truth. The I in the principle of life takes us through initiation. Having fully experienced the two of the above concepts of information as wisdom and understanding the connectedness with all life through interaction, we become initiated into our next phase of our life journey. Initiation is like receiving the certificate that qualifies us to enter primary school, then high school, then college, and then university. University of life. As we become experienced in one phase of our life, we then make the leap and start the next phase of our life. Being initiated into life is like the journey we have taken in our evolution before we ascend into the next level of awareness. I now would like you to move forward into the F concept of life. These three primary concepts relating to F are family, friendship, and fulfillment. There is a saying that says we can choose our friends, but we cannot choose our family. We are born into a family that our soul chose. Our soul chose the people who will help us to fulfill our life purpose and as a result fulfill our soul journey. Our family members, close and extended family, and our soul family have agreed to share this lifetime so that we can experience every aspect of our ascension path. The so-called awkward ones in our life are the ones who love us dearly. It is through their actions that we become a conscious being. Remembering that we need to play our role as a man, as a woman, as a daughter, as a son, as a friend, and as an adversary. The people in our lives teach us the virtues of who we truly are. They reflect back to us what we need to work on so that we can become the conscious being at a much faster time. When we move into the strand of friendship, the second strand in the F from life principle, we can see that friendship primarily relates to having a strong relationship with ourself, of being happy and content with who we are and what we are about. This relates to accepting ourselves as a result, which brings about self-love, self-worth, and self-respect. When those are acquired in life, when we become our own friend, we stop putting ourselves into situations that drains our energy. We stop controlling life. When this is accomplished, all that we encounter in life happens with ease and grace. Our relationship with our husband, our wife, our partner, our son, our daughter, our colleagues, our neighbours, our shopkeepers, and all of whom we encounter directly or indirectly becomes a pleasure and a blessing. Friendship with ourselves leads us to understand and accept other life forms as important as ourselves. That's because we understand that all the life forms are here to make our life much more enjoyable. We recognize ourselves in animals. We gain compassion for the animal kingdom and stop any acts that can hurt or harm them, including the consumption of their flesh. We see ourselves in flowers, plants, nature, and the friendship with ourselves helps us to take care of nature and recognize Mother Nature as a facet of creation. Our relationship with our finances, our material world, our food, sex, religion, authorities changes to become accepting. They no longer bear a burden, but is seen as a tool for a fulfilled way of living. Which this takes us to the third strand of the F concept in life: fulfillment. There was once a wise woman traveling in the mountains who found a precious stone in a stream. The next day she encountered a traveler who was very hungry, and she opened her bag to share her food. The hungry traveler, seeing the precious stone, asked if she would give it to him. She did so without any hesitation. The traveler left, being overjoyed in his good fortune. He knew that the stone was worth enough to give him security for a lifetime. But after a few days, he returned to give the stone back to the woman. He said, "I've been thinking. I know how valuable the stone is, but I'm giving it back in the hope that you can give me something even more precious." The woman said, "What would that be?" The man said, "I want you to give me what you have within you that enables you to give me the stone." This is fulfillment. Fulfillment is the basis of finesse, gracefulness, forgiveness, gratitude. This is the stage in our life that we begin to see and recognize signs that our life path is becoming parallel with our soul path. oops, excuse me. The sense of contentment, gratification, and fulfillment in life. The knowing that all happens as they are meant to, as all was already written and agreed by our soul. So all was already formed in future time. As your soul is infinite. As you are here to experience what was written in the past and in the future for you to experience in the now. When we are fulfilled, we are one with the allness. We are connected with the love of the allness. We understand, having already experienced the more generous giving, we are the more abundant. When we are in absolute fulfillment, we lack nothing. We fully understand that we are abundant. That we live in an abundant universe. So we give wholeheartedly. We now move to the final principle of the letter, the word of life, as the letter E. Letter E also has three primary concepts. The first one being experience. From the very first moment of our gestation, our experience as energy, matter, begins. The entire reason for us to come back into the physical matter is simply to experience. This is referred to as God experiencing itself as different forms of itself, in different realities of itself, as different facets of itself. And that is exactly what it is. That very first circle of love, the reflection of God, the reflection of source that we were created upon, is experiencing life as you and as me. When we begin to see that all aspects of life, which in our perception sometimes they are positive, sometimes they are negative, are all divine, as divine. And that is the reason for us to be here. To simply experience this divineness. This understanding helps us to detach from the outcome and begin to think, act, and perceive things from a much higher perspective. And that higher perspective is that we are here. Every human being, every animal species, every plant species, every crystal, every mineral is here to experience that facet of creation. We see that every minute of every day is bringing us an element of this divineness. And we begin to live for this moment. We detach from wanting to control life and let life flow as it's meant to be, as this energy that it is. We trust that all is well. This is liberation. Knowing, acknowledging, and being the creator of our own reality. We simply sail on the waves of the life as we see as the ocean of life. This is detachment from desires, entrapment, and our emotional attachment. Our emotional attachment meaning our ego. However, we only notice this when we are conscious. Our daily tasks has conditioned us to just do rather than be, being aware of what we do. And this, of course, has caused us to be disconnected from this divineness of who we truly are. The second strand of the E concept in life is the process of emergence. I want to refer to this as a process of healing. When we look at the life of a butterfly and compare the journey that the butterfly takes as it emerges from an egg into a caterpillar, into a cocoon, and into a beautiful butterfly, I'm sure you all agree that every single butterfly is absolute joy. We can see much similarities within the stages that we as the human beings take in our life. We are born as that butterfly egg. The experiences in life allows us to grow into a caterpillar. When we enter the cocoon, this is the time of reflection, of the journey that we have traveled and how this journey has enabled us to reconnect with the shadow side of ourselves, of the choices we have made that have led us to this point of here and now. The acknowledgement of and the realization that through this journey, learning, healing, detachment, and growth that has taken place and the necessities of them has brought us the emergence of self-discovery. Self-discovery brings about emergence into consciousness. We emerge from limitation into liberation. This is one of my favorite words, liberation. It is so empowering. It is this emergence from limitation to liberation that leads us to become an enlightened being, a human being. And this leads us to the final strand of the E letter in the principle of life. This is our ultimate goal. Previously, masters who reach enlightenment needed to leave their physical body, as the physical matter was too dense for their high frequency, for the pure light that they had embodied. But this is no longer necessary. As a result of human awakening, as a result of our conscious action and reaction, the frequency of Mother Earth has risen. We can embody enlightenment and still possess this beautiful body, if we so choose. So, what is enlightenment? Enlightenment is simply the recognition that you have all the answers within you, that you live by the laws of the universe. And the laws of universe are the true love, the absolute love, the oneness that you see all life as divine and therefore respect all as God. Enlightenment is becoming one with our master self, our divine self. It is remembering that we are divine, we are God, we are sovereign, we are the creator, creating our own reality and co-creating with the universal law to bring our creation into manifestation. Enlightenment is simply an awareness. So, beloved ones, find the master inside, and don't be surprised if it is you. Thank you for listening. Let us now prepare for our full moon meditation. So, beloved ones, make yourself comfortable. And we will begin our meditation on this special night, the full moon, the lunar moon. Let us bring our focus to our breath, this first cycle of divineness that we embodied when we entered the physical realm. Become aware of your breath, this natural inflow of universal life force. This cycle of your in-breath and out-breath is the exact replica of the circle of love. As you become conscious of your breath, the balance of your in-breath with your out-breath, I would like you to shift your consciousness into your heart center. And feel how your heartbeat aligning itself with the balanced cycle of your breathing. Allow yourself to go deeper and deeper within the chamber of your heart. Until you reach the deepest part of your heart chamber. You may notice that the vibration changes as you enter this deepest part of your heart. This is where God resides. Feel the love emanating out from this point. Feel your oneness with your God self. This beautiful circle of love that embodied you from the first day of your gestation is now with you, breathing through you and as you. Remember this circle of love. The more you focus and connect with your God self, the stronger this true love energy vibrates through your heart center, extending through every particles of your beingness. Feel this. Feel every cells in your body responding to this circle of love. As the intelligence of your God self is interacting with all of your cells, all of your organs, every atoms in your beingness. See this circle of love emanating from your heart center into every chakras within you. This light, as the circle of love, is projecting outwards as a bright, illuminous white light. This energy of divine is aligning and balancing every one of your chakras, your primary chakras and your secondary chakras. See a column of white luminous light vibrating as your chakra system fully responds to this energy of the circle of love. Your physical body is receiving divine essence, and any parts of your physical being that may be in this alignment, that may be in imbalance, is now becoming healed, aligned, and balanced. Returning to the perfected state of their blueprint. Let us now extend this circle of love as this bright, illuminous white light out into our emotional body, which is the next layer outside your physical body. Beautiful. Project out this circle of love as this white, illuminous light of divineness through your physical body, through your emotional body, into your mental body, which is the next layer outside of your emotional body. And let us now project out this circle of love as this white, luminous light of divineness from the physical body into the emotional body, from the emotional body into the mental, intellectual body, and into your spiritual body. Your spiritual body extends out around 15 meters above you, beneath you, to your left, to your right, to your front, and to your back. This is how expanded you are, beloved ones. Beautiful. Now that your entire being is in full alignment with your divine light, your God self, visualize yourself standing in front of an ocean. There is a full moon above the ocean. And the white, luminous light is emanating down into this ocean and upon you. The full moon energy is telling you that you are this infinite circle. The full moon energy is bringing to you gifts of empowerment, gifts of wholeness, of fullness. The ocean that you are stood in front of is allowing you to wash away any doubts, any fears, any discernments that you may be carrying. So, if it feels comfortable, go and stand in the waters within this ocean. Otherwise, just fill your hand with the water from this ocean and pour it over you as you wash away all doubts, all fears, any discernments. And as these wash away from your entire beings, the energy of the full moon now showers you, so that these negative beliefs are also washed away from all your timelines. You are now being restored with trust, inner truth, and Godness. This is an opportunity to wash away all those hurt, trauma, betrayal. Let these healing waters wash away. Remember, this is the time to forgive, and forgiveness is simply forgiving. So as you wash away all that has to be forgiven, give love to those who have brought you the harshest lessons, yet have accelerated your awakening. Let these burdens be washed away. As the rays of the full moon now showers you, so that these feelings of hurt, trauma, betrayal, or anything else related to that frequency can also be washed away through all of your timelines. You are now being restored with the positive beliefs of absolute love, forgiveness and being forgiven, acceptance, Well done, beloved ones. Let us now take also this opportunity of this wonderful full moon event to bring in healing, cleansing, and releasing for any issues that our world is experiencing, that is no longer for the highest and best of life upon the earth. Let us connect to our God Self, and through our God Self, through I Am presence of all life, we now ask that all matters relating to world situation that are no longer serving the highest and best of all life to now be washed away through these healing waters and through the light being showered down from the full moon rays. And we ask that these be replaced with all concepts of harmony, the frequencies of the unity consciousness. We ask that all life be open to receive true love from their God Self. We ask that in divine time all humanity remember the homecoming, the circle of love. We ask for this to be done in alignment with our individual soul plan, in alignment with Divine's plan, and in alignment with the Earth's plan. It is done, and so it is. Beloved ones, gradually bring your awareness to your physical body, to your breath. Become aware once again of the cycle of the in-breath and out-breath. As you become aware of your breathing, become conscious of where you are sat or lay down. Become aware of your feet, your ankles, your calves, your knees, your thighs, your hips, your torso, your spine, your shoulders, your arms, and your hands. Very slowly begin to rub your hands together and place your hands upon your closed eyes. Gradually open your eyes in the palms of your hands and in your own time. Remove the palms of your hands. Welcome back, dear ones. Hope you all enjoyed tonight's session. Thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure to spend this wonderful event, planetary event with you all, and it's been absolute pleasure to spend this time with my beloved Madhu and Ram on their special day as well.
Thanks a lot, Ladan. Thanks a lot. That was wonderful wisdom sharing from those four words, and each letter having such deeper dive into. And the meditation session was also so very deep and energetic. So thanks a lot. Thank you.
My
Thanks a lot,
pleasure.
Ladan.
My
Thank you.
pleasure.